Hey guys, Project Warlock 2 had a major update with the release of Story Chapter 3. For those of you who are not familiar with the Project Warlock games, Project Warlock 2 is a single-player retro boomer shooter, which is heavily inspired by games like Doom or Hexen. The story starts after the events of the first game. Each chapter is centered around one of the Warlock's disciples. In Chapter 3 you play as Kirsten, the tormented summoner. She's a demon and she seeks redemption after she was exiled from hell. On her journey through 12 space and void themed levels you will encounter 15 new monster types and a final boss. The levels are quite short, it takes about 10 minutes depending on how long you want to search for hidden secrets and collectible cameos. After a very brief intro you are thrown into the first level, find your first weapons and make your way back to your ship. Your ship serves as a hub area to upgrade your character, weapons and spells. When you are ready to continue, you use the teleporter to jump into the next level. After the first 7 levels, you unlock hard mode and passive upgrades for your character to further improve your build and playstyle. Keep in mind that there are not enough upgrade tokens and levels to fully max out your character. You should make a decision for your preferred choice of combat early on. If you want to use melee weapons, then focus on stamina and health. Do you want to enhance your weapons with chaos or void, or would you rather have plenty of ammunition? The different upgrade systems are introduced in the first half of the game, and it is fun to become stronger by unlocking more upgrades. I feel like the little lore pieces from the mission title are not enough to keep you engaged in the story. I know the story is not the main focus, but on the other hand, there should be a little bit more information about the character and their journeys, since each chapter is centered around the main protagonist. Movement feels floaty and it took me about a minute to get used to it. I was okay with it until in one level where you have to fight on small rails while the enemies shoot rockets at you. It doesn't really feel good to fall down into the abyss just because your character is sliding like she has a pair of rollerblades equipped. Also, when I fell, it took ages to reach the ground. I actually had to reload a save because the character kept falling into the endless void. I'm also not a fan of arena-style rooms where you enter and the incoming wave immediately melts your face with rockets. In combat it can be difficult to identify where to go and what to shoot because the screen is full of effects and gore, especially when you are inside a gas cloud or a lightning storm. I usually don't focus on the music while playing, but there were some tracks that were rather annoying and didn't fit the theme. Alright, let's talk about weapons. Kirsten carries around an arsenal of 3 spells and 6 heat-based weapons. Kirsten's unique spells are a demonic hammer, which she casts at a location to throw down a hammer to crush her enemies. Hellish slaves, which summons demons to aid her for a limited amount of time. And Soul Bargain, which allows her to survive lethal damage while the spell is active. Each weapon can be upgraded into one of 2 possible options. You can upgrade your scythe into either a slow but powerful warhammer or quicker claws with less damage output per hit. The combat shotgun can be upgraded into a fast firing striker or a nail gun. The laser rifle can be turned into a laser minigun or a piercing railgun. The demonic staff can be enhanced with chaos or void powers. The lava streamer can be turned into a void streamer or a goo streamer, and the plasma rifle can be infused with a chain reactor or a demonic core. Each weapon can further be enhanced with a unique upgrade and a chaos or void rune after you started and completed a specific challenge for that weapon. The challenges are mostly killing enemies in a certain way, like with a headshot or overkill. I recommend starting the challenges as soon as possible because only one challenge can be active at a time. I personally felt like the challenges were too easy and the challenge kill enemies with magic was bugged at the time. Kirsten's weapons do not require reloading, instead each shot builds up heat and once you reach maximum heat you can either press the reload key to cool down your weapon or preferably switch to a different weapon. If you want to have about 2 hours of okay boomer shooter fun and are resilient to some jank, then I would recommend the game. Keep in mind that the game is still in early access and the developer listens to community feedback and has already reworked chapter 1 and 2. So I expect the game to be more polished with every patch. Right now I would give it a 3 out of 5.